Hey everyone, it's Sean, the What's Up Dude, and it is a windy day in Joliet, Illinois, and we're at the Joliet Historical Museum featuring US 66 history, and we're gonna go inside, see what we can find, and have some fun along the way. This is Sean, the What's Up Dude. We do have the Illinois 66. Welcome to Route 66 sign. This is the Route 66, the Mother Road, is an American icon that symbolizes romance and freedom of the open road. And so this tells you a little bit of information from the beginning to the end. And normally you can hit the button to hear the song Get Your Kicks on Route 66, but that's not working right now. And this is the Joliet, Illinois sign, and we're going to be exploring the Historical Museum for Route 66 and Joliet. And this is the other side of the Illinois 66 plaque, and this is all about the Joliet region. And there's several attractions that you can go to. Route 66 Experience at the Joliet Area Historical Museum, Route 66 Park, Old Joliet Prison Park, and Joliet Iron Works. The first Dairy Queen is here, and some other things that you can do as well. A lot of these I've done videos on before. And then it says America's Crossroads, Route 66 in Joliet. Joliet is a crossroad of Route 66 in the Lincoln Highway, the first road to span the U.S. from coast to coast. We do have the iconic Blues Brothers right here. And of course, the Blues Brothers did film some scenes in Joliet for the Joliet Prison, which we did show a little bit of footage from the movie in the Joliet Prison video. As we head over to the museum, this is just a shot of downtown Joliet. It is a beautiful town. They do have beautiful architecture. And we're walking up to Joliet, Illinois, US 66. The official name of this museum is the Joliet Area Historical Museum. We have a statue right here. The Joliet Area Historical Museum opened in 2002 in downtown Joliet, Illinois. Occupies the repurposed 1909 Ottawa Street Methodist Church, chronicling the city of stone and steel, industrial heritage, Illinois and Michigan Canal, and Route 66. The museum is a 501c nonprofit that also manages the historic Old Joliet Prison. The museum was incorporated in 1999 through efforts by the City of Joliet Junior College and the Joliet Area Historical Society. We are now inside of the museum, and we do have some information of things that you can do in the area. And they do talk about other spots on Route 66. Now, this is an economy car made in Joliet. This is the 1909 economy car that was built in Joliet by the Economy Motor Buggy Company. The company was incorporated in Fort Wayne, Indiana in April of 1907. One of the original investors in the firm was Joliet resident Joseph C. Flowers. You have also a man's wicker chair and child's rocking chair in the corner. And there's more stove. We have a piano, and here it is, Illinois, US 66, the first 100 miles. This is a historical view of Route 66, and of course we do have Illinois, and we do have a car that you can sit in and get a photo op of, with the backdrop of Greetings from Joliet, Illinois. And we do have the sign for Illinois 66. Welcome to Joliet, the mainline city of the Midwest. Radio station WJOL 1340 KL. This is back when they had the radio station going for Joliet. And here's something for the Rotary Club of Joliet, established 1913. Here you can sign the guest book, and it shows where people have been that have visited here. All right, here's another photo op that you can take with the iconic Blues Brothers, Jake and Elwood. We're on a mission from God. Joliet Jake and Elwood, their pictures on the side. And we do have some old glass artwork. And then this is about the transportation and development. The city of Joliet's commerce and development, both today and historically, are strongly linked with advances in transportation. And this is an old Ford car, one of the first original ones. Now the steps up here enter into the museum. We'll do that in a second. Now I do just want to show you, when I was first doing videos, I was injured and I had a really hard time doing this, but now my legs are just fine. Perfectly good, perfectly safe. This is a small little case about the 100 years of the Rialto Square Theater, 1926 to 2026. The Rialto Theater has been there for years, showcasing plays that are captivating for audiences. And I actually have been to a few of them when I was in school for a field trip. Picture of one of the Blues Brothers here. This was the filming for the iconic Blues Brothers movie. And we're gonna head up the US 66 stairs. Joliet Area Historical Museum, presented by the Rotary Club of Joliet Centennial Wall. On August 2nd, 2008, legendary Paul McCartney visited the Joliet Area Historical Museum at his first stop along the iconic Route 66, arriving with Nancy Shevell in 1989 Ford Bronco. This is just the seat reminiscent of that car. Soaring achievement of John C. Hobart, walking on the moon, taking what Neil Armstrong called the giant leap for mankind, would not have been possible without the scientific genius and steadfast determination of Apollo 11's unsung hero, Joliet's John C. Hobart. This is just some of the equipment that was used. Seeing stars, this is just giving you some information about the Apollo program. So it's instruments they use. Now this room in here, this is all historical information about John Hobart and his family, and had a passion for flight. And and he made dreams come true with mathematical and scientific formulas to get us to the moon. A model scientist, while John Hubble and others often worked out space challenges in their minds or their chalkboards and slide rules, sometimes a physical model made it easier to visualize and solve complex problems. Here's an old-fashioned TV. Just a quick video that they're showing. Adventures of Superman, and just showcasing a different time. And this is a challenge met and the tribute and triumph of space travel. This is John Hubble's homecoming celebration to Joliet. And here we go, from Los Angeles to Joliet, Illinois, Route 66. We have the map, and it goes all the way across, back to Joliet. Welcome to the Joliet Area Historical Museum. History lies deep in this place. The museum is dedicated to collecting, preserving, studying, and interpreting the rich tradition and varied experiences of the people who have lived here. We invite you to share in our story. The City of Stone and Steel. The stone base of this exhibit is comprised of salvaged limestone slabs cut from Joliet Area Historical Museum. Right here, this exhibit is closed. It used to be something else last time we were here, but now, when it opens, it'll be 100 years of shops, stops, and stays along Route 66, celebrating the Mother Road. Main Exhibition Gallery. We're walking in to the main exhibit. We do have some Indian heads and artifacts, fossils from the Indian times, the Mazon Creek fossils. And this is showing ancient Illinois. Over here, these are some old-time pioneer tools from that age. Now, as we walk in, you're surrounded by two walls. This is about the canal. It's a link in the vast thoroughfares of America. Gem of the Prairie, 1848. So each one of these walls has quotes from a different time era. And this is showing the digging of the canal. Digging a canal was hard and dangerous work. Long hours, low pay, and back-breaking work conditions were made worse by accidents and illness. So it took them a long time to build the canal, and this is just a depiction of what they did. And this is a person that would have been working in the canal, digging with a wheelbarrow from the 1900s era. The story of the canal. When it opened in 1848, the Illinois and Michigan Canal linked Joliet to commerce from the Great Lakes to the Gulf, carrying both freight and passengers. This is some of the information here presented of that time when they used the canal for business and trade. Joliet, 1870-1890, the city of stone and steel. Joliet has long been known as the city of stone and steel. Quarrying was the area's first important industry. In the 1800s, production of steel rails, rods, wires, nails, and horseshoes succeeded to the leading role. By the 1890s, Joliet stone and steel workers numbered in the thousands, and their products were widely distributed and used. And this led to the railroads. Joliet is a railroad town, and it has a train station. And there's many railroads in Illinois. Joliet steel industry. This is just some information on iron and steel and some of the artifacts that they would make using steelworking. And we had the stone quarries. They would transport stone to build buildings and all sorts of modern technology. They would do this and cut the stone out of the quarries. And this is the commemorative plaque from 1883. Joliet Prison City, 1858 to 2002. Joliet residents, when away from home and resigned to hearing mention of the city in terms of the state penitentiary here since 1857, about 4,000 inmates are housed in the old Joliet Prison and more modern Statesville institution 4 miles north of the city. Most residents tend to forget the prisons are here. So we do have the prisons. Now, they are closed now. At least the Joliet prison is closed. And this is the big house. And this is just information on the prison. Now, I did film a video on the Joliet prison. I did it for Halloween because it is known to be haunted. So if you want, you can watch that video. Have labor in the 19th century. Hard labor, more than any other active, shaped the day-to-day life of inmate of the old Joliet prison. Labor was seen as a critical component of both the inmate punishment and his rehabilitation, additionally acting as the engine that allowed the penitentiary to be largely self-sustaining or even more profitable. Beginning in 1867, a labor contract system was implemented, leasing inmate labor out to the outside business. Contractors agreed to employ a set number of inmates at a certain price per day and provided any necessary tools or materials while the prison supplied the workshop space. And they are showing a historical video. This is Warden Joseph E. Reagan for the electric chair. This is just a video showing that technology back in the day. The metropolitan city, Joliet, 1900s to 1940s. In the first decades of the 20th century, Joliet became a true metropolis. Automobiles and trucks, trolleys, and buses brought area residents into the city to do business, be entertained, shop, dine, and socialize. This was the trolley theater. Riding the trolley was an event in itself. Passengers boarded the streetcar when the conductor was stationed. We'll go ahead and get on. Normally there's a video, but this is inside of a streetcar. And this would transport you throughout the city. And we do have the Rialto Square Theater sign. And this is going through the decades of how the landscape of Joliet changed. These are shop fronts, dressings. We had shoes and dresses that you can buy, supplies and office machines. And this is information on some of the stores. This is the Gerlach Barclow Company. And these are all different things that you could find back during this era. Here's some photos of some of the early citizens of the Joliet area. And civil rights in Joliet. We did have some historical events happen. Route 66 from Chicago to St. Louis is the most segregated highway in the state during the time. And so there was civil rights movements going on to promote people to come together for civil rights. And this is the best band in the land, 100 years. Strike up the band. This is for Joliet Township High School. Here's some information on the band pioneers and some of the instruments that they had. And this is the outfits they would wear. Some more artifacts from when they had the West Campus Concert Band. headquarters, Joliet Arsenal. And they had many ammunition plants in Joliet. And they made ammo and weaponry. We're gonna go through here, show you some of the artifacts they have from that part of history when we were making ammunition. We have a bazooka and some high-grade bullets. And we do have a replica of a AN M64 bomb. This is Joliet Army Ammunition Plant. And the Joliet Army Ammunition Plant consisted of the Kankakee Ordnance Works and the Elwood Ordnance Plant. They were built at the beginning of World War II in response to growing hostilities in Europe with our allies. Here's a couple signs during this time, warning of danger. Here's some more artifacts in the wall. These are just some of the things that are in Joliet. Businesses, BNSF Railway, this is the trains. Center Point, Union Pacific, Forest Service, Department of Agriculture, protecting our land. Department of Veteran Affairs, make sure we're honoring veterans. We have the Army Reserve, the County of Will, Illinois. And this is the International Union of Operating Engineers. And that was just the first floor, and there is a second floor we're about to head up now. Before we do that, I will show you these. These are some glass pane windows that they took from a church.
Okay? Real nice and
As soon as your child is old enough, teach him to emergency by dialing 0 for operator. Show him how to hold the phone. Have him speak directly into the mouthpiece, but not too close, so the operator can hear him clearly. Teach him to give the operator his name, telephone number, and address. By all means, teach him to stay calm. We feel it's important for your child to know how to get help from the operator if he ever needs it.
Illinois Bell. We're a lot more than just talk.
All right, we are in the second floor of the museum. Illinois Bell presents Better Living by Telephone. This is when we used to have telephones by cord. The all-American city make Joliet an example for the rest of the state and nation to follow. Mayor James P. Hennessy, 1955. In 1955, Joliet received national recognition as an all-American city. And here's some old pictures of Joliet. And a couple signs with information that you can read. Hennerberry Buick Company. Here's some pictures from that time era with classic cars. During World War II, production of vehicles for civilians use practically ceased. When the economy was converted back to peace times, the demands for new cars surged. Automakers and dealers competed vigorously for buyers' attention. And then here's one of the old portable TVs where you can bring it with you. All-American City Celebrations. We do have more pictures. Now, when you visit this museum, they do have devices where you can listen to an audio tape telling you more information, and it will read the sign telling you what it says. In December 1955, bands played, a crowd gathered, the mayor spoke, and Joliet proudly raised an all-American city banner over the city. And then right here we have a few artifacts from a different time. This is the Zenith transistor radio from the 1950s, Kodak instant camera, Polaroid swinger camera, and Bayer C2M super movie camera. So if there were vloggers back in this time, they would be using some of this technology. Here's an overhead view of what we saw at the bottom. A new suburban home. This is pictures showing you Joliet when they were settling in. Kitchenware from the 1950s homemaker included newfangled gadgets. Sunbeam Mix Master in decorative blue, 1957. And they used to have glass milk bottles back in the day. This is probably when milk was a little bit more pure instead of plastic jugs. And we do have a game that people played back in the day. All right, we do have the 100th Illinois Regiment, and this is the flag banner that they would fly. Some of the costumes they would wear, some of the pictures of the members, and this is something that they would eat out of. And then historical information, a couple swords. And this is Colonel Frederick A. Bartleson, a Joliet historical figure from the 100th Division. Let us cut afresh their names on the enduring tablet of history. George H. Woodruff. Save the Colors, campaign to save the flag of the 100th Illinois Infantry. And this is just the different levels that they'd have in the division. And this is a plaque of different industries of Joliet's past. Cigar makers, and we had Joliet employees of the Sweet Ore Company model. Some of the Firming's clothing right here. And we also had bottle companies, soda pop companies that would bottle up the soda. And this is glass artwork from churches that they brought in. This is all throughout the building. Enduring industries, and this is just industries of the time that were around, but actually still exist today. Another glass artwork on the wall. Emerging industries, these are ones that are more recent that have come to the city of Joliet that are growing. And right here, this is the John Whiteside War Heroes Gallery. This is John Whiteside. John Whiteside started his career with the Joliet Herald News in 1971 upon graduation from Northern Illinois University as a beat reporter, and became a true storyteller in 1981 when he started his own column. So you can come in here and read more information on him. And these are some of the names of our fallen heroes and those that served from the Joliet area. A credit to the uniform, we must resolve to carry forward the torch of freedom that has been thrown to us by those who have gone down. Marine Colonel, World War II, September 10th, 1992. The WAC uniform was worn by Corporal Shirley Ann Nisbet Prophet of the U.S. Army from 1949 to 1952. And this is a picture of her in the uniform she wore. Legacies of War. The legacies of war are many, and far-reaching families rejoice as they are reunited or mourn the loss, if they are not. Veteran organizations serve the need of returning soldiers, some of who face medical, physical, and emotional challenges. Chief Warrant Officer Tracy Bostic. I was definitely in combat. We could have been shot down at any time. Quote from him. One of the medals he received, Corporal Dan Campus. This is a picture of him and the medal that he received. And all through, we have pictures of soldiers and memories from a hard time in history. And these are all people that served our country to make sure we hold tight to the freedom that we have. This is when America was proud to be a citizen, and they fought for what we have and enjoyed the freedoms that we fought for. Over here on this wall, this is the nation's highest honor that you can receive. This is the Medal of Honor, and it was awarded to Theodore Hyatt, July 9th, 1894. This is an old photograph of Hyatt. It also was awarded to Hugh Malloy. The city of Joliet's Gallery of Champions, and we'll just pan over to show you the Hall of Fame of different sports achievements, and also public arts. This is another achievement that some of Joliet's members have had. And then you have the Hall of Pride, recognizing individuals whose long-term efforts have been dedicated to making the greater Joliet area a better place to live. And you have some statues showcasing Joliet citizens who made a big, lasting impact. have another exhibit on space, America's amazing moon mission. On July 20th, 1969, a bizarre-looking spaceship called the Eagle undocked from the command ship Columbia and slowly descended to the surface of the moon. Around the world, people anxiously watched Neil Armstrong take the first historic step on the lunar surface, and they heard Buzz Aldrin exclaim, "Magnificent desolation." It's a picture from the moon landing. This entire exhibit is dedicated to the moon landing and the success that we had. For the first time, we went to the moon with Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. They collected 47 pounds of rocks and soil when they went to the moon. These are just images that you can see showing what they did from the beginning to the end. So we go from the liftoff from the moon, and then the role of Hobart that we saw on the bottom to make sure this was possible, all the way to returning home successfully. Here's the footprints on the moon, a recreation of what it looked like. And this is the beginning, shows pre-launch excitement, and then we go all the way through till they went to the moon, and then all the way to the return. Astonishing science. If you have time, you can sit and watch a brief Mercury flight in 1961 to the historic moon landing of Apollo 11 in 1969. It shows the advancements in science and the advancements that we have made to make space travel possible. Joliet revived. This is showing how Joliet has been shaped and changed with new landmarks. And then we had the Route 66 Raceway. That's an iconic staple of Joliet now. Here's the last couple of glass art on these walls. This is about preserving the city's history. Mrs. Lichmaker, Will County Historical Society, 1965. And these are some of the historic buildings that we want to keep up that are part of Joliet's iconic history. Progress is spelled bulldozer. The Spectator, 1965. Some of the buildings that were historic didn't make it, so some of them were demolished and rebuilt, and they are now landmarks, but some of the original buildings were reshaped and redesigned. And last but not least, we enter into the gift shop where you can buy Joliet merchandise and Route 66 stuff. We have shirts and we have different magnets, cups, candles, pillows. And Here's a poster art that moves and changes. We have hats, books, and even neon signs. All right, that's it. We're gonna go ahead and exit the museum. I hope you enjoyed what this museum has to offer. If you're in the Joliet area, come on by. If you're deciding to take a trip on Route 66, this is the ultimate Route 66 guide. And here's the free download if you want to use it. I'll take a picture so you can scan it to see what it's all about. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. For now, this is the What's Up Dude signing off. Till next time. Please like, share, and subscribe so that I can explore new areas and go to more places in the future.